Hi, I'm Susanna Bowling, and this is T2C Online. Today we have the privilege of being in the Snapple Theater, home of the longest-running off-Broadway play, The Fantasticks. And our interview today is John Davidson, Disney star, game show host, and actor extraordinaire.
I played the boy in The Fantasticks 48 years ago.
Can you tell us a little bit about that production?
Well, it was not as good as this one right here today at the Snapple Theater, because it was done by Hallmark Hall of Fame, directed very well, and the cast was, oh my goodness. My father was Bert Lahr. You remember this, but for the folks at home. My father was Bert Lahr. Susan Watson's father was Stanley Holloway, was Susan Watson's father. She's the girl, I'm the boy, Bert Lahr. And Ricardo Montalban was El Gallo. Just was magnificent. But it didn't have the fantasy of this. See, the fantasy of the Fantasticks is it's using your imagination. It requires the audience to work a little. And in the Hallmark Hall of the television version, they used a real wall. It took away the fantasy. We have a mime who makes a wall with a stick. So this is real theater, and that was, and my part of Henry, I'm playing the old actor now, was not even in the Hallmark Hall of Fame, or the Dying Indian. It was just the boy and the girl, El Gallo, and the fathers. I went to White Plains High School, and while I was at White Plains High School, I came into the city, and I did underwear ads, and I was a model. I started as a model, and then I went out to the Midwest and got a regular college. I got a BA in theater arts at Denison, where Hal Holbrook went and John Shuck. And then came back to the city, and when I got to the city in '65 and auditioned for the Fantasticks, all the other actors looked like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, and more ethnic. So I was this Midwestern thing, and I think that's what got me going. Is I was so wholesome and so clean. In New York, I did a Bell Telephone Hour out in Brooklyn as well, with Ella Fitzgerald and John Raitt and Polly Bergen. And the Disney people saw me on that, Walt Disney, and they signed me to a 2-picture deal to do musicals for the Disney studios. This was '67 and '68. I did the next musical after Mary Poppins. So everybody's trying to make another Mary Poppins. Can't be done. I made The Happiest Millionaire, which didn't have the fantasy of Mary Poppins. It has some success. And then Family Band, both with Leslie Warren. And then I started playing Vegas, and a producer, a television producer, Bob Banner, signed me. He had just discovered Carol Burnett in Fade Out, Fade In.
Right.
And he said, I'm going to develop you as a variety show host. And so that's how he did a Columbia Records contract, and I was developed to host variety shows. And then Variety died, right? Variety shows went away. And then somebody said, you want to host game shows? Well, game shows, the closest thing to a variety show, because it's spontaneous, sort of. So then I hosted, I took over from Mike Douglas. I did my talk show. Then I did Hollywood Squares. And in between, I was doing tours. I played the boy in the Fantasticks once. I did tours of Music Man, and I do another Tom Jones, Harvey Schmidt show. Starbuck at 110 in the Shade, another Tom Jones show. Oklahoma. Oh, I did Oklahoma at the City Center, and
that's you got rave reviews for that.
I did. That's the only award I have. I got the Theater Guild Award for that, but I haven't done much of that. So, and Billy Bigelow and Carousel, and been a lot of shows. But then I hosted Hollywood Squares, and that's incredible. And I took over for Carson. I would do these little parts I did a Michael Keaton show called The Squeeze. I did another one-day shoot on Edward Scissorhands. Got to meet Johnny Depp, Tim Burton. And, his brain was faster than his mouth. I'll never forget him trying to explain to me what my role was. But yeah, I think there's a confusion in my career in that I've done so many things. And one of the best things I do is my live show, my Vegas show. And I play guitar and banjo, and I still work on that. I do a lot of comedy numbers and romantic songs and some Broadway things, but I love performing live.
If you could make it in any medium, film, TV, theater, which medium would it be that you would most love?
I respect stage the most. Love doing this role in The Fantastic because it's about a washed-up actor who's still trying to be grand, and save it. So it's just a crazy role. So that's really fun.
What would be your ultimate role to play?
Well, after this, I do Man of La Mancha. playing Don Quixote.
Lovely. Where?
Where?
I love it. In Barnegat, New Jersey. It's a new theater called the Ocean Professional Theater Company. And it's down in the Jersey Shores. And it's just starting up, Ocean Professional Theater Company. Yeah, I'm doing it for 3 weeks. It's my second time doing it. I love working on Don Quixote.
I can totally see you.
That's a role you can work on for a long time. And you get to sing Impossible Dream and I am my Don Quixote.
If you could pick a role that has not been done that you would like to do on Broadway, what would it be?
Oh, it's funny you should say that. I'm developing, I did a one-man show on Teddy Roosevelt about 15 years ago.
Bully, right?
Called Bully. And it couldn't drive it forward because Teddy Roosevelt's a big Boy Scout. Teddy Roosevelt is so perfect. He has no problems. He doesn't sleep with animals. You know, there's no alternative lifestyle. Didn't have a mistress. He wasn't gay. There's nothing interesting about him. Edward Kennedy. I've just had a play, a one-man show written on Edward Kennedy. And I know I don't look like it now, but
No, I can see you playing.
I can play Edward Kennedy, and there's a wonderful tragic hero in the classical sense, who made some lousy decisions, but what a great man. So I'm trying, yes, I have a play that I've commissioned. I would like to play Edward Kennedy on a one-man show and really get a wonderful director like Daniel Sullivan or Andrew Glant Linden.